It's funny in sports, and in this case, it's not very funny how things just turn on a dime. You think you're in control of a series, and then a couple of moments later, man, the momentum has shifted. We're going to a Game 5 between the Brewers and Cubs. We'll get to that next here on Locked On Brewers.
You are Locked On Brewers, your daily Milwaukee Brewers podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hey, everybody. I wish we were coming under better circumstances. It's not over yet. Chuck Freimund, longtime sportscaster here in the state of Wisconsin, proud host of Locked On Brewers. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. We are your team every day. This show is brought to you by FanDuel. FanDuel is America's #1 sportsbook for a reason. Great deals. Bet $5. Your bet wins. You'll win $300 in bonus bets to use across the app. Download the app today. Coming up here, again, what went wrong? Another wasted day. 2 wasted days here in Chicago. We'll get to that. Changes. What are they doing wrong? Game 5. Who's pitching? The questions to be answered between now and then. This is therapeutic for me because coming to Brewer fans here, you guys understand, right? Brewers fans, I assume people who watch this, the Brewers are kind of a priority for you guys, like they are for me. You know, we live and die with these guys. And most of the time we die with these guys. But I'm not ready to die with these guys just yet. All right, we'll get to that. We got a lot to get to here on this show. Again, as I said in the post-game short, I don't know who that team was that we saw the last 2 days out here at Wrigley Field. And by the way, if you're watching us, we're at Wrigley Field after Game 4, the 6-0 loss. Appreciate you all for viewing us on YouTube, wherever you download the podcast on the audio version. But we're here at Wrigley Field. So if you hear a siren or two going by, and that's the firehouse that's just right down the road. But this place was electric tonight. This place was on fire. I've been to Wrigley Field so many times in my life. I've never seen it like this. I've been here for non-Brewers games, covering the playoffs in 2004 and the World Series. Even in 2016, I was down here covering a couple playoff games, that is, all the way back to 1984. I've covered a lot here in this venue, and I have never, ever seen an electric atmosphere like I did tonight. I mean, last night, the previous night, Game 3 was something. I just thought it was just Cubs fans were out for blood tonight. Cubs fans were out for blood tonight. And this is something that the Brewer fans have got to match on Saturday night. Definitely. And they can't take over our house. I mean, there was all Cub fans out here. I would say 5% Brewers fans. There weren't many Brewers jerseys to be seen out here. Not like in August when the Brewers played a series out here. And it seemed like the Brewer fans kind of dominated the crowd. That has changed. The atmosphere here, man, this was a hornet's nest to come into. And they were on Freddy Peralta right from the very beginning. The Freddy chants. I have never heard the Freddy chants. Freddy, you know, one of those. Freddy, after the game, we talked to him about it. He said he thrives in that stuff. It doesn't bother him. But I feel like the Cub fans factored into this game tonight. The energy that they brought, I feel like, and this happens when we're at AmFam Field, but I feel like they had so much momentum tonight, and the Brewers couldn't get anything going. And I think the fans were a large part of it. I mean, I'm telling you, this place, it was intense. That crowd was intense. And right from the very beginning, there was an intensity in this building. So he gives up the 3-run homer to Happ. And as I saw, and I'm watching it, and I'm looking down, and I'm sitting my spot in the press box, and I just hung my head. Knowing that I just felt at that moment, I was like, this is going to be another one of those nights. Although the Brewers have shown the ability to bounce back, the resiliency to bounce back from when bad things happen. They haven't done that so far here in these 2 games. We've seen the Brewers all season long bounce back from 5-0 deficits, 8-1 deficit against the Reds. But this is the playoffs. This is a different animal right here. I get that. I mean, these guys, it was intense out there tonight. It was fun being out here and being in that atmosphere, but it's no fun when your team is on the other side of a game like that. And that's what happened here tonight. Game 5. Yeah, I'm going to still talk about tonight's game. Brewers were 0 for 12 with runners on base. That's pathetic. That is absolutely pathetic. No resiliency, never threatened. And yeah, when the Brewers had runners at first and second, middle stages of this game, and Ortiz at the plate, and they laid down the bunt. Ortiz laid down a nice bunt. And by the way, they're moving equipment out of this broadcast booth here, so that might be happening. Ortiz lays down the bunt, and I didn't like it. And I know Brewers fans kind of came after me and said, well, it's Ortiz. He's not any good. So why is he in the lineup then? Do we feel that badly every time Ortiz comes to the plate? That, oh my God, it's an automatic out, right? Like the kid who's picked last at recess. Is that how we feel about Ortiz at this point? First and second, I thought you had the Cubs on the ropes a little bit there. And then you laid down the bunt. And then Yelich strikes out. And then Chourio, they make a pitching change, and Chourio pops weakly to shortstop. And I don't know if Chourio's hammy is hurting him or not. Did he get a base hit tonight? I feel like Yelich, it's been a while since Yelich has delivered, right? I mean, he had a great summer. But Yelich, I said before the game, he was my pick to click tonight. I thought he would lead them to the promised land. Walked, and that was it. But that was the moment right there. He had runners at second and third. If he could have delivered there, because the Brewers, let's face it, all season long, when they've been in that position, runners in scoring position, they have delivered, right? Ad nauseum. You just know they're going to deliver. And tonight they couldn't. Yelich strikes out, and then Chourio, first ball swinging, pops weakly to short. And if I would have had a bobblehead in my hand, as you know, guys, I'm a bobblehead breaker with the sports teams in our state, especially this one. I had not busted a bobblehead all day. Of the hundreds I do have, tonight would have been one. I'm here working the game, so I can't do that, obviously. But if I was home watching this game, probably a few bobbleheads would have taken. And still might happen on the off day on Friday. First time really, I think, all season. It's probably the first time all season I've been upset. Even when the Brewers got clobbered in those first couple of games of the year against the Yankees. This was early in the season. But here's why I'm so upset. This team has been so good all season long. So good. Right? Never say die. Resilient. Comeback wins. They get to late stages of the game, and it's game on. The advantage tilts to the Milwaukee Brewers. Freddy gives up that first inning home run, which, yeah, that's the turning point. The first inning has not been good to the Milwaukee Brewers. Freddy, he gave up a first inning home run against Bush on Saturday. Ashby gives up the 3-run bomb, right, to Suzuki in game 2. Priester was terrible yesterday. And now Peralta puts them in an early hole. But even, you're playing at a deficit. All 4 of these games, they're playing at a deficit, right? Well, the Brewers did have a 1-0 lead on after the top of the first inning in game 3. But after the inning is complete, they were down 4-1. And tonight they're down 3-0. But still, I feel like even when the Brewers this season have been down in games, that doesn't mean anything to these guys. These guys come back and fight and find a way to win a game. Find a way to win a game. Cubs hit 3 home runs. And I don't want to hear, the Brewers, their lack of punch. No, I don't want to hear that. No. Lack of hitting with runners in scoring position and 0 for 12 with runners on base. That's what it is. And Yelich has got to deliver. We need Yelich to deliver here. A big moment like tonight. Needed him. I'm not blaming him. Just saying just need him to deliver. Not having Woodruff right now is really going to hurt these guys. I'm telling you. They would love to pitch him in Game 5. But without Woodruff, there is chaos for Saturday. There's chaos. The pitching is chaos right now, right? Because you have Peralta. You don't know what you're going to get from Priester right now. I mean, you like to think you can throw him, you could try him again, but he was so bad the other night. I'm not going to just flush him down the toilet after one bad outing. But Woodruff is a guy you could count on, right? I think we all have a lot of trust in Woodruff, and he proved it. Guy was out last year with a shoulder injury, came back, and he was 7-2, and he was just terrific. Sailing along great. You'd love to have. I would feel so good about him pitching Saturday in Game 5. But as it is, I mean, is it Ashby? Certainly we don't want Gasser starting. Gasser pitched tonight. We don't want Gasser pitching in big moments. Let the guy's coming back from Tommy John. You know, the Cubs are going to go with Imanaga. They haven't announced it officially yet as of, late Thursday night here, early Friday morning. But Imanaga is probably their guy. And he could be had. You know that. The Brewers can tag him. He gives up the home run ball. But the Cubs do have a little momentum right now. But I feel we can get that momentum back with the crowd, with the enthusiastic crowd on Saturday night. And that's how Wisconsin sports fans are. Backs against the wall, the crowds never fail. And I know, I'm afraid to look at Twitter because I know the house is coming down, right? The house is on fire. I know. It's the end of the world. I know that's what's happening with Brewers Nation right now. And I feel your pain. I'm not happy about it either. But I do feel like they're going to find a way to win Game 5. I feel it. I said this last year and it didn't happen before the Mets Game 3, the Alonso game. I said they owe this to us. Yes, they do owe this to us, Brewers fans. You can't go out like this. You can't go down. You can't go up 2-0 and come back and be part of that 11% in baseball history that has blown an 0-2 lead in a 5-game set. Right? What is there, 90 teams that have gone up 2-0 in baseball history? And this is back before, these divisional playoffs, the American and National League Championship Series were best of 5s. And, all the way back, dating back forever, teams that have been up 2-0, 90 teams that have been up 2-0, 80 of them have advanced. So we don't want to be in that minuscule number. And this team won 97 games. I don't want to hear this underdog. They're the best team in baseball. They won 97 games. Don't go out this way. Don't go out this way. You got this team. You got our fan base believing in you and loving this team and supporting this team and selling out this ballpark night after night this summer. Look how many sellouts they had. And I don't want to hear this BS of the summer of fun. Yeah, we had our summer of fun, but this has got to be the fall of championships right now. Peralta giving up that 3-run home run. He said he's thrown that pitch before. He didn't think it was a mistake. We talked to him after the game. He didn't think it was a mistake. Contreras said it could have been a better pitch. Contreras was catching him. Said it could have been better. Peralta said it was not a mistake. All right, we come back. I'm going to tell you about a change I'd like to see. with the Milwaukee Brewers. And I don't know why we haven't seen this guy yet. But I kind of figure out. I think I know the reason why. We'll get to that next. Chuck Freimund here on Locked On Brewers. Locked On Brewers brought to you by FanDuel, America's #1 sports book for a reason. Right now, new customers, you get $5, $300 in bonus bets if you win. That's right. Pick a bet, put down the $5. If it hits, unlock $300 in bonus bets to use across the app. Their live betting is fantastic with FanDuel. Fantastic. On an NFL Sunday, Major League Baseball, hockey, you name it, it's all there. The Major League Baseball playoffs. What are you waiting for? Visit FanDuel.com. You got to download the app and get started today and take advantage of their amazing offer. You pick a bet that you like, you put down the $5, and if it hits, they're going to deposit $300 into your account. You're going to use it any way you want. Invest $5, get $300. Sounds like a good deal to me. FanDuel. Don't let this offer pass you by. Go to FanDuel.com and download the app today. All right, Chuck Freimund here. Locked On Brewers. Again, we're from Wrigley Field after Game 4. Late night, early Friday morning. God, Saturday. Saturday at 7:08. That's a long wait. God, I wish we played tomorrow or today. Friday today. That's a long wait. A lot of thinking. I hate that. A lot of things in balance right here. All right. By the way, our podcast, this is the part of the podcast I always tell you how to get my podcast. If you're watching us at YouTube already, go to on any of the audio platforms that download podcasts, any of the platforms out there, search Locked On Brewers, Google, Spotify, Apple. We're on all those platforms out there. We're the #1 Brewers podcast because of you great Brewer fans, you guys who understand where I'm coming from tonight and feeling my pain. I'm feeling your pain. I can feel it right through this. I can feel it right through this microphone. I can feel it through the camera right there. I feel your pain as you're watching this. Trust me. If you're already watching us or listening to us on the audio platforms, go to our growing YouTube page, search Locked On Brewers, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell. That'll alert you every time we drop an episode here on Locked On Brewers. Cub fans were, as they were leaving this place tonight, they were doing the Green Bay sucks chants. Well, we're really in their heads, aren't we? I mean, when you got to go that way, I mean, Green Bay sucks. Don't even go down that road. I mean, really? I mean, yeah. Us fans here in Wisconsin, we are really in Chicago's head. They just hate it that we just dominate them. We have to finish this off for so many reasons. For the fan base, pride. 97 wins and a division title means nothing if you lose this game on Saturday. I'm telling you right now, if you lose this game on Saturday, I don't care if they won 97 games. I don't care about a third straight division title because you would have lost in your first playoff series once again. I think I saw a number. They've lost their last 9 playoff games on the road, scoring 15 runs. Do I have that right? It's the last 9 playoff games, which would probably make it their last road win, the Dodgers in 2018. Game 4, I want to say, of the NLCS, or was it game 3? Yeah, one of those games. Game 3 or game 4 out in Los Angeles. I was at that game. That might have been their last win on the road. It's hard to believe that, but I guess so. 9-game losing skid on the road. It doesn't seem like, I don't even want to think about that. Going back home anyway. Going back home. We'll worry about that. And by the way, the winner of this series does meet the Dodgers. I'm not worried about them. I'm worried about the Cubs on Saturday. I'm worried about us. Actually, I'm not even worried about the Cubs. I'm worried about our team. Trying to figure a few things out with our team because we have not been good in these last 2 games. Not clutch hitting, not delivering. Looked like the crowd got to them a little bit tonight. Many things. I think that they got to find a way to get Isaac Collins in the lineup. And I know he's not been good since coming back from paternity leave. I get that. Defensively, he struggled a little bit out there. But I feel like got to find a way. And I know they don't like using him, switch hitter anyway. I don't care for righty or lefties on the mound. Let's get Ike Collins into this game. We're going to continue to run Blake Perkins out in center field. Nothing against Blake. I know Murphy loves him. He loves him like it's his son. He talks about Perkins all the time. I'm telling you, he talks about Perkins all the time. And Perkins Understandably, he's a great guy, but he's a 226 hitter. Can we get Isaac Collins, who was the rookie of the year? Can we give him a shot at this and maybe motivating the offense a little bit? And I know Collins it hasn't been good lately for him, but let's give him a shot at this. All right. He's one of the reasons why they've won 97 games this year. All right. And at one point was the leading candidate for rookie of the year in the National League. Let's give Ike Collins a shot at this. I want him in the lineup on Saturday night. I want Ike Collins in the lineup Saturday night. Lefty, righty, if there's an octopus pitching. All right. Somebody who's got 10 arms. I want Isaac Collins in. This righty-lefty stuff sometimes. But I do think it's going to be Imanaga. I think my gut feeling, Imanaga versus Ashby. And I think the Miz is going to play a part in this. I think the Miz is going to play a part in this game on Saturday. My gut feeling is they're going to have to trust Miz. Uribe, we saw McGill come in the middle innings today. Uribe is going to be fresh. McGill came in like at the 5th inning tonight. But I think my gut feeling, Miz is going to play a role in Saturday's game. I just have that feeling that it's the Miz's time. And sometimes when I have this feeling about our sports teams, it happens. I'm not good at a lot of things, but predicting stuff about our home team, good or bad, I'm usually pretty good at that. I can't fix a light bulb, okay? I can't put together a bicycle, but I sure as heck can predict stuff with our sports team sometimes, good or bad. And I have a feeling we're going to see Miz on Saturday night, 7:08 with the start time. And let's come out there and buy up all those tickets. There's still some tickets available. Let's buy up those tickets for Cub fans. Get them. Got to get by these first inning troubles. These first inning troubles, I don't know what it is, but the first inning, every inning so far in these 4 games, giving up runs, sometimes a crooked number. And on the road, when you do that, God, that just adds fuel to these fans. It does. It does. Yesterday, that 4-run inning, PCA with that 2-run single, and this place was on fire. Ian Happ hits that ball, and honestly, he hit that ball, and I didn't even look at it to go out. I just didn't even want to see it land. That's how, it was just got me right here. It was like, oh boy, here we go. Fighting from behind again tonight. All right, one more segment coming up. One more segment coming up. We'll talk further about Game 5 coming up here. After this quick timeout, Chuck Freimund here on Locked On Brewers. Locked On Brewers brought to you in part by Rugiet. Rugiet? Well, you've probably heard of Viagra or Cialis. Maybe you even tried them, but if you're looking for something beyond the usual pill, go to Rugiet.com and take advantage of the offer that we got here. 2 doctor-trusted medications in 1 dual-action formula. The effects can last up to 36 hours, all the confidence, all day, all night, and even in the next day it lasts. The process is simple. Connect with a board-certified doctor 100% online. If prescribed, your treatment ships discreetly right to your door. If prescribed, your treatment goes right to your doorstep. Ready to level up your confidence in the bedroom? Head to rugiet.com. Use the promo code LOCKEDONMLB, 50% off your order. Rugiet, promo code LOCKEDONMLB. Make sure you use our code so you can get the 15% off. Thanks for making us your first listen to every day here on Locked On Brewers, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. We are your team every day. Yeah, that summer of entertainment. Somehow, as I was walking down to the locker room today, and my post-game video that I do after every game, I did it in the 8th inning. I did one earlier this year when the Brewers, I believe, were playing the Yankees. Was it the Yankees? When they were just getting crushed. It was like 14-0. And I even left the game. I wasn't covering. I was sitting in the stands. And I did the post-game interviews. I was walking out of the ballpark, or the post-game video. And tonight, as I was going down to the locker room, I just I'm not going to wait to the end of the game. I'm going to get this off my chest right now. It was the 8th inning. And something was going on with the Cubs, and I didn't want to hear the "Go Cubs, Go" chant. I hate that chant. I hate it. It's one that going on the road and seeing your team play when they lose really stinks, especially this spot, especially in the playoffs, like a night like tonight. When you go on the road and win, it's sweet. When you go on the road and lose, you got to just take your punishment from the fans, man. You do. Well, the Brewers fans, man, not done with this just yet. I feel like that we're going to rise up and win this game Saturday. I really do. I feel Saturday, we're going to win this game. The Brewers are going to win this game. And then Monday, game 1 against the Dodgers at home. Locker room, guys were saying all the right things tonight, that they're not going to let this game get down. They're going to regroup, refresh, use the day off, come back Saturday and try to win a ball game. That's what they got to do. I don't want to see them go out without a fight. And I feel like they're going to fight and they're going to claw their way to a win. It'll be all hands on deck for game 5. Freddy Peralta was even asked after the game tonight, are you available? He didn't say no. I don't think Freddy will start, but we could see Freddy into that game on Saturday. Now, they don't want to endanger his health if they don't feel like he could go an inning or so. Obviously, they wouldn't let him. But if you're any type of competitor, you're in that game on game 5 for whatever your team needs. All hands on deck. Everybody's available in an elimination game like Saturday. All right, guys. Brewer fans are spending good money on tickets. These guys owe us a win on Saturday. This franchise owes us a win on Saturday. I'm tired of these first-round playoffs. You guys are as well. Got to bounce back. Did this in 2011, I've said, where they won the first 2 games at home, went to Arizona, lost 2, and then won game 5 in 10 innings against Arizona. They got to add this one to the resume on Saturday. All right, everybody. We'll talk to you after the game on Saturday night. We'll talk to you for Saturday's edition. We'll talk to you Saturday night. Yep. Locked On Brewers, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. We are your team every day. My name is Chuck Freimund. Thanks for joining us. Man, this season isn't coming to an end. You guys are great. I love hearing from you. I'm going to answer your tweets. By the way, you hit us up on Twitter as well. Chuck Freimund, Freimund. Send me your pictures. Send me your messages. I will get back to you. May not be right away, but I will, in turn, I will promise, that's my promise. I will get back to you. Have yourself a good Friday, guys. And let's go get them on Saturday.